Hey YouTube, I wanted to talk to you quickly today about the 17 design and manufacturing AR-15 stripped lower. This is a billet aluminum receiver, so it's unique in that it has the integrated folding stock system in the rear. I believe this is the first of its kind in the design. It's similar to the Law Tactical version, but that's actually a aftermarket install. This is the first, I believe, that's been integrated. But yeah, I wanted to walk you through the assembly of the lower since I had a couple of hiccups and just didn't want anybody to get tripped up while they were building their lower. And if you have any questions, you can always email or send me questions on the page. I'll try to answer them. But working from the front to the back, so you got the standard pivot pin, no change in the build there. It's got the standard spring side here and then the detent. Nothing changed about the magazine release. That's still the same, spring and button on the other side. The bolt catch bolt release, that has an actual pin they've installed already that actually gets a T6 Torx screw to get out. If you can see that there, it's kind of hard to see, but that just slides right out here. You can install your pin and detent and then pop this back on and then slide the pin back in and then screw it down tight. So something a little bit different there. I think some other billet made companies actually add that pin as well. I installed a standard POF 4.5 pound pull trigger. Nothing special here about different design. So I just added a KNS pin and anti-walk system. Safety, same standard. No change there. I use the Battle Arms light system, which is pretty cool. So yeah, standard there. One change, difference that is the takedown pin. So when I was actually building this, I started back here and I actually saw this small Torx T6 here, and I thought that was actually where the spring went and the detent to cover down for this takedown pin. Turns out these three pieces here are actually all part of the internal system workings of the spring catch and release for when you shut and open the stock portion. So it was actually, to my surprise, when I noticed that the hole for this is actually vertical. So there's a spring I installed right here with the detent following up vertically. So when you pop this thing open, you can actually see the groove. Not sure if you can see it that well, but the groove is actually on the bottom versus the 90 degree to the back. So that's something that you'll notice. You can maybe even drill a hole down into your grip if you want a little place to put that spring, like the one that's over here for the safety spring. But you'll just have to remember that's down here now. Pretty interesting back here. Like I said, or I may have not said, I said they include the buffer that actually goes in here, so that it extends out to catch the actual bolt carrier, which is up here now. And one thing I noticed is when you're putting on your back plate and your castle nut, you don't see a lot of real estate back here as far as threading. Usually you have a little bit more to work with, so when you're trying to screw in the buffer to the back of the receiver here, my actual receiver plate caught this back end here. You can actually see a little bit of rub here that I had to deal with, since there's not a lot of room to push this castle nut all the way back to give you ample room to screw this buffer in until you hit the buffer detent spring right here. So you're basically just going to have to work it out as best you can. I'm using a BCM quick disconnect version back plate, so it has a little bit of a extra bite length that needs to have a little more clearance here when you screw in the buffer. But yeah, just so you know, that's just a little bit of a difference. But yeah, all in all, this receiver is pretty cool. I haven't tried it out yet in the field, but I'm anxious to give it a try, and yeah, we'll see how it performs. But if you have any questions, you can send me a question on the page and I'll try to get you an answer back. But for now, thanks for watching.